I've been playing around with OpenSCAD, which is a programmatic 3D modeler. This is a bin that I designed based off of an open source modular system. I wanted to be able to do my own things with it. And so I have the STL files from the official source, and this was a good chance to learn the program and model them and see how close to replicating I could get. You can see I'm changing the parameters, and that's kind of the real advantage of this system, is that everything gets recomputed, whereas doing that in something like FreeCAD is possible, but it's a lot harder to do. It's taken me a little while to get used to it, but I'm really starting to like this. So here's one of the things I wanted to be able to do was make a mold. It takes a long time to print these, and I'm curious to see if I can cast them in paper pulp. They're not going to be exactly right. The mold walls need to be quite a bit thicker, but you can see the 3-piece mold that I was able to design. And I printed this, and I'm in the process of testing it out, though it hasn't worked yet. I'm not surprised. It's going to probably take a couple iterations. Here's another one. I'm building my desk. This model isn't done yet, but I've been able to be really precise about where the boards will go, which is necessary in order to understand how the construction will happen. It was also really easy in this case to mirror the two desks, which was not as simple to do in Blender, because in Blender they're just a collection of cubes. Again, here I can change the parameters, so if I was to change my mind and what type of wood I wanted to use for framing the desks, it would be really easy to have the model automatically update. And this doesn't mean I'm abandoning the Blender model. In fact, I can export the STLs and import them into Blender, which makes it easier to use Blender to arrange the furniture and OpenSCAD to design the furniture. I do have to scale it correctly. I'm sure I could find a better way to do that. But for now, this works. There is also an issue that the colors don't work out very cleanly, because the STL exports a single object, and so in this case I want them to be two different colors. What I'll really need to do in order to make that work is export the surfaces and the framing separately, and then just scale them and shade them. Today I've been working on this cabinet, and OpenSCAD's made it really helpful to precisely place where things like rabbits and dados need to go. I also found a good way to do this so that I can inspect the individual parts, and I added this component that lets me explode the parts and see them in their construction. So I can zoom in and look at all of this. I haven't done it yet. The last piece I want to do is also put in all of the dimensions so that it'll actually print the text of what my cut sheet needs to look like. So this is a tool I've been adding to my toolbox. I've liked it more than any other CAD system I've worked with so far, and I think I'll be using it quite a bit in the future.